All right, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to start to trace my letters. We want to take our time when we're tracing. We want to be accurate. Just go around the outer edges. And I saw I messed up a little bit in that spot, so I'm going to go back and fix it. So right here, I need to come inside a little bit. There we go. There. So I've got it all traced. I'm going to remove my wax paper from my little template piece here. The next thing is going to be to cut this out. So you're going to use an X-Acto knife. These are very sharp, so you need to be careful. If you start using this and it's ripping at your paper, then we probably need to replace this blade. I will help you with that, but if you're not sure how to do it, I'm just going to show you so you know for future use. You just unscrew this, and then the blade will pop in and out. I think that's handy to know just in case the blade is kind of wobbly anyways. It's helpful to just tighten that up so it's not moving on you. All right, so we're going to cut this out now. I have a cutting board underneath me. This is important for two reasons. Number one, it protects your table from being cut into. Number two, it is helpful to absorb the blade, so it makes it easier to cut this out. If you're trying to cut this on a solid surface, it's going to be a lot harder. So we're just going to take our time. We're going to cut this out. Really hold the tip kind of level or parallel to the paper. You don't want to tip it up. That's when it's going to start to rip. And I'm also using my finger to help hold pieces down so that they don't rip. These curves are a little bit trickier, so you really have to take your time. You might have to pick it up and move it. Okay, now this one is free. I am going to wait to cut this little floaty bit out until we're ready to iron our template or our stencil onto our fabric. So I'm just going to let that one sit off to the side. And you'll see I'm holding that. It's just a little tiny piece, and I need to make sure that it doesn't rip. So I'm holding it while I'm cutting near it. Just checking to make sure it's getting cut all the way through. Yep. Depending on the design you choose to do, this part of the project can be a little bit time consuming. So that might help you determine what you want your project to be. Are you going to do text? Are you going to do images? Are you going to do both? For me, I think these curvy pieces are difficult. Some of you might not think so. I think they're kind of hard. Okay. Now we carefully remove the P. We might find places where it's still stuck. Okay, so there's my P. Again, there's a floaty bit. We're gonna just set this off to the side for now. The part that we're actually gonna use is this one. This is the piece we're gonna use. We are going to be ironing that onto a smaller piece of fabric. So we're gonna put the iron directly on there. So I'm gonna go warm up my iron and I will be back.